Hello, and welcome to the Wii 100. Looking back on the last generation of gaming, the Wii stood out as a unique platform. It introduced motion gaming to the world and expanded the gaming community to a wider audience, all while securing its place as the best-selling console of its time. Due to its unique architecture, the platform was often overlooked by many third-party developers and in turn the gamer community. However, the Wii was home to many great games. At Nintendo Enthusiast, we took it upon ourselves to compile a list of our top 100 best Wii games divided into 10 top 10 lists. Today we break down our top 10 platforming games. Number 10. Wiiland Shake It. Coming out before New Super Mario Bros. Wii set the sales charts on fire, Wiiland Shake It was derided for being a 2D platformer on a home system in the 7th generation. This is a shame because it is not only a great platformer, but one of the most aesthetically pleasing games on the Wii. With gorgeous animation that nearly closes the boundary between cartoons and video games, as well as an incredible soundtrack, the game is anything but a waste of the Wii's potential. The game itself is also superb, classic Wario platforming with tons of treasure to collect and inventive use of injury-based power-ups. The game deserves far more attention and praise than it got. Number 9. The Blob series. One of the most unique platformers of the 7th generation, the Blob games take the open-world exploration emphasis of early 3D platformers and mixes it with painting. In both games, the very concept of color is under attack, and as the titular Blob, you must paint yourself the correct tint and bring color back to massive levels. Combining primary colors to get other ones and making sure to paint things the correct color adds puzzle and strategy elements to the platforming. And you of course have to deal with the gray-obsessed army that took all the colors away in the first place. Gamers with an urge for more exploration in their platformers should definitely look into both of the Blob games. Number 8. Epic Mickey. The Disney mascot was once known for his appearance in memorable, quality games back in the gaming days of the 90s. After a decade in the shadows, Mickey returned in a new 3D platformer employing the use of the Wiimote in a creative way. Players would explore Wasteland, a world filled with forgotten Disney property, and fight the evil Blot using either thinner or paint. The gameplay mechanic of painting in objects or removing them lets players tackle puzzles in different ways and with different consequences based on their moral choice. For its creative gameplay showing a new and darker side to the Disney world, all while telling a compelling story, Epic Mickey is a title that should not be overlooked. Number 7. Sonic Colors. The last few years have not been very kind to the Blue Blur, releasing game after game that just kept falling short of its legacy. Sonic Colors sends our favorite hedgehog back on the right track, marrying the new 3D style Sonic gameplay with the classic 2D style. This game strikes a delicate balance between classic and modern Sonic while introducing new mechanics through the Wisps, an alien lifeform that gives Sonic temporary abilities. The end result is a fun game with some challenging platforming, great speed, and an overall enjoyable experience.
Just thinking about it makes my head feel like it wants to. Huh?
Number 6. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Now this game was a long time coming. Originally revealed as a GameCube game in 2004, we endured years of promises that a Kirby platformer would be revealed for the Wii. After getting the unconventional Kirby's Epic Yarn, Nintendo surprised everyone by finally releasing a 2.5D traditional Kirby in 2011 that greatly resembled the long-promised GameCube game. The game turned out to be worth the wait, bringing back the deep power-up combos from Kirby Superstar. Return to Dreamland is a top-tier Kirby game. With some of the best level design in the series and some great post-game content, the last major platformer on the Wii was one of the best ones. Number 5. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Aside from having quite possibly the best title in gaming history, Kirby's Epic Yarn is a mesmerizing and charming platformer. Taking place in a visually stunning world of yarn and other clothing-related aesthetics, Kirby's Epic Yarn isn't a traditional Kirby game. Instead of absorbing powers from enemies, Kirby takes advantage of being turned into yarn to interact with his environment and reshape himself in countless ways. Being unable to die may make the game sound pointless, but the emphasis on exploring and not getting your loot knocked off you means there is a challenge there for gamers who want it. With some of the best graphics and music on the Wii, along with consistently creative levels, Kirby's Epic Yarn earns a spot in any Wii library. Number 4. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Often derided for its reused graphical themes and seeming emphasis on 4-player part play, New Super Mario Bros. Wii is actually one of the best 2D Marios and a very important game for the genre. Bringing 2D console platformers back to the mainstream and introducing Super Guide to solve the long-running issue of Nintendo games being too easy, New Super Mario Bros. Wii deserves much more credit than it is given. In one-player mode, it is a challenging, classic-style Mario with plenty of creativity in its level design to make up for what it lacks in its presentation. Do not just write this game off, it is both a very positive turning point for Nintendo and its genre, and a fantastic game in its own right. Number 3. Rayman Origins. The Wii may have gotten the short end of the stick in a lot of multi-platform releases, but one of the generation's best platformers was an exception. While it may not be HD, Rayman Origins on the Wii has everything else the more powerful systems did. After getting kicked out of its own series by the Rabbids, things looked bleak for Rayman. However, when what was originally supposed to be a series of episodic download games became a full-fledged retail release, Rayman returned better than ever. Rayman Origins put the limbless hero on the same quality tier as legends like Mario and Donkey Kong. Everyone with an interest in 2D platformers owes it to themselves to see what this game has achieved. Number 2. Donkey Kong Country returns. Donkey Kong had a rough couple of generations, with the controversial Donkey Kong 64, the departure of the developer that revived him, and GameCube games that were destined for niche status. Then a miracle happened, and Metroid Savior Retro was announced to have a classic-style Donkey Kong Country game in development. Donkey Kong Country Returns is not only a return to form for the series, it is the longest and most challenging by a wide margin. It may not have Kremlings, but it has some of the best 2D platforming ever. Retro pulled off another world-class revival, and everyone who misses the old country needs to play this game. Number 1. Super Mario Galaxy series. Was there any doubt? Both Super Mario Galaxy games are masterpieces that show Nintendo at their best, not only on the Wii, but on any system. Beautiful, creative, and possessing wonderful soundtracks, what really makes the Super Mario Galaxy games stand out is their gameplay. Returning the Mario series and 3D platformers as a whole to their platforming-focused roots, while also taking it in an exciting new direction, the Super Mario Galaxy games are easily the best platformers on the Wii. Whether you prefer the groundbreaking original or the sequel that polished everything until the shine could light 50 galaxies, this incredible duo of games cannot be praised enough. The only question is how Mario will ever top them.